Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Tuesday, July 11th, 2023. Well, that's your baseball All-Star game tonight. National League and American League. Oh boy, that doesn't have the same fun as it did 40 years ago, does it? No, you don't have two rival leagues anymore. You don't have anything that makes the game worth watching, do you? I don't think so. Anyway, on today's commentary, NATO in dangerous territory. And here's what President Biden and all the other leaders don't understand about NATO. Here you are, 31, now soon to be 32 with Sweden, so you say that Turkey has relinquished its growl. And Finland's in? Yeah. But then again, what are you doing to Russia? See, Americans, this is what you got to realize. World War III is a step further than that. Because not only did you invite Sweden and Finland, and then you got the old former Baltic states, yeah. Then you formed this ring around the Russian border. Now, you know, Zelensky wants to be part of that, even though Ukraine was never a free nation at all. It was always either part of Russia or part of Lithuania and Estonia. And Poland, you know, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Yeah, remember that? Yes. Well. So you got a problem here, NATO. You're a alliance, as you called it. I called it a disaster in the making, because how can you have an alliance of militaries who are still separate from each other and whose countries don't see eye to eye on anything? You should be one whole country and called it the Union of or Terran Union Federation or something like that. You all Terrans. And that's what you're trying to form with your European Union and your NATO and all the other stuff. Yeah, well. But here you are encircling the Russians from the east. And not only that, but you are doing the NATO summit in Vilnius, capital of Lithuania. Yeah? 20 miles from the Russian border. Well, I just wondered, you Americans, remember 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis? Oh, Russia's putting missiles on Cuba 90 miles away from our border. Now, what if Cuba was allowed to become a member of the Warsaw Pact? Yeah, that would have been fun, wouldn't it? And then you hold the Warsaw Pact meeting in Havana, 90 miles away from U.S. soil. Yoo-hoo! Brezhnev would have had fun. Khrushchev would have had fun. So you see, Americans, this is a problem that you got. And the Soviet Union, well, here's the problem that Putin has with the Soviet Union. He doesn't want to bring it back like it was. He wants to bring it back with Russia, #1 partner. That means that there would never be a Khrushchev or a Stalin on there. Even a Gorbachev from Gorky. Gorbachev from Gorky. See what I mean? This is Putin's thinking here. And then, you know, it was a hard pill to swallow that a Ukrainian was head of the Soviet Union and a Georgian was head of the Soviet Union. Therefore, 2008, let's get them back, and let's get Ukraine and wipe them off the map because, number one, they had a Ukrainian that headed the Soviet Union from 58, or actually 53 de facto, but 58 actual to when he got the post in 64. And caused a Cuban Missile Crisis, and he backed down to the West. Oh boy, see what I mean? Yeah. So see, if I were Putin, I would take, make the Russian Federation something there, and make a ally out of this Cuba, and put a summit in Havana. 90 miles away from the U.S. border, just like you're doing a summit today in Vilnius, 20 miles away from the the Russian border. See what I mean, Americans? The mess that you guys are causing, and you don't understand what? And you're saying, oh, why did Putin invade 2008 Georgia in 2014, and now he wants to eliminate Ukraine? Well, when you have Nikita Khrushchev out there, who in 1954, in the background, behind the scenes, orchestrated that the Crimea was taken from Russian Federation SSR and transferred to Ukraine SSR. Look at it, Americans. That's what the American government doesn't tell you. That's what Putin's mad about. Technically, the Ukraine, the Crimea should be Russian. It always has been and should be. I have no gripes with that. Heck, the British started a stupid war with them in 1853 to 56. The Crimean War over that stupid little piece of land. And they lost a lot of people. Cannons to the left of us, cannons to the right of us. In the Church of the Light Brigade. Remember that? Yeah. So therefore, this is your favorite alien saying, what the hell is NATO doing? What the hell is the United States pushing this for? Pushing Sweden and Finland and the Estonian governments in the 1990s, I should say the Baltic states, to join NATO. For what? So you could say we have an encircling ring around the Russians. That's like having Canada and Mexico join the Warsaw Pact with Cuba and have an encircling thing around the United States back in the 1960s. See what I mean? Yo-ho! Where is those watermelons at? They're still in your brains. This is your favorite alien. Good day.